Hi, I'm AJ, and have you ever wondered why if you have a block of wood and a block of metal at the same temperature, the metal almost always feels colder than the wood? The answer has to do with something called thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity is a property of a material, and it tells us how well that material can conduct heat through it. So, for example, if I put my hand on the bottom of this plate, heat is conducting from my hand into the metal and through it. The thermal conductivity of the metal tells me how quickly that heat transfer is actually occurring. We can use Fourier's law of heat conduction to describe this process. Fourier's law tells us that the rate of heat transfer is equal to the thermal conductivity of the material multiplied by the temperature difference across the material divided by the length that temperature difference happens over. Let's look at a demonstration to see what's going on. In this demonstration, I have a solid block of aluminum painted black so that it'll show up better on an infrared camera. At the bottom of the block, I have a 100-watt heater, and at the top, I have room temperature air. When I turn the heater on, I know that the rate of heat transfer through the block has to be equal to 100 watts, or 100 joules per second. Now, if I know that the rate of heat transfer is 100 watts, and I know the temperature at the top of the block and the thermal conductivity of the aluminum, I can actually calculate the temperature at the bottom of the block using Fourier's law. Now, the important thing to know about Fourier's law is it depends on the material you're looking at. Different materials have different thermal conductivities. So for example, take a look at this demonstration. I have two cylinders of metal, one aluminum, one steel. They're both painted black so they show up well in the infrared camera, and they're both exactly the same size and have the exact same 100-watt heater at the center of them. When I turn on the heaters, we can see that the aluminum heats up much more quickly than the steel because aluminum has a much higher thermal conductivity. So there you go, thermal conductivity and Fourier's law of heat conduction in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you understand heat transfer just a little bit better. And of course, stay curious.